All right, welcome to another episode of Aussies Taking Over the NBA. It is just after All-Star break. Not live streaming this one. We're going to do this one for audio. We are going to look at how we feel about the All-Star break as a whole. It's been a good time. We've had some good fun. I've just been chilling out. Andy, I don't know about you.
I have been chilling out, working a fair bit actually.
That's always fun.
Yeah.
And then we'll obviously go through some of our over and under predictions. There's a lot to get through there, but we'll just handpick a few little things out. We'll talk about the season, what's happening with some of the other franchises. It's always interesting to dive into some of the other guys apart from the Aussies, and just give you guys a little bit of a going through of what we think about the wider state of the NBA. But as always, you can like, share, and subscribe on YouTube, on SoundCloud, on iTunes, on Podcast Addict, on any RSS feed you can find us on. Give us a rating and review on iTunes if you can, a like, a share, a subscribe. Leave us a comment if you really feel like it. We're happy to have a chat with anyone. And yeah. And on the Kings dime too, if you're a Sydney Kings fan.
Yeah, Sydney Kings fan.
Happening upon this podcast, you can find us talking about Sydney Kings there. I suppose we should get into the All-Star break.
Yeah, mate. And obviously big news, Simmons being selected as the first Australian All-Star.
Yeah.
A notch under his belt. He also played in the Rising Stars Challenge for World and essentially just bullied his way to points because, as you know, no defense is played in these games.
Yeah.
It is defenseless. So very interesting on how that played out. And yeah, he kind of I think he was going for MVP in the Rising Star Challenge, obviously playing a little bit more, playing about 25 minutes. Looked good, but again, when no one plays defense, he can pretty much get to the rim at will. Didn't take any 3-point shots, which I thought he would. Obviously stepping to one against the Lakers. He hasn't done that since, which has been a bit disappointing. Although in the All-Star warm-up, he was hitting them from the logo regularly.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
There is footage of that.
Wow.
And not even jumping, just like a jump shot from the logo.
Yeah, just like a little jumper. Wow, that's interesting. You would have thought like people would have latched onto that and just been like, why can't you shoot more in the game?
It's just one of those things. I think he's not ready to do it yet. He obviously can though. He obviously can. And he doesn't need to at this stage because with the team stacked the way it is. Although another 3-point shooter that could spread the floor, give Embiid and Butler more room in the paint would actually improve things for Philly. But it was good to watch him in the All-Star game, dishing out, getting some rebounds, stealing the ball a couple of times, and throwing down some dunks, which the game was about 3-point shooting and dunks, nothing else.
Yeah, that's kind of what the All-Star game has become.
Yeah, it's good. I mean, people like Dirk was pulling up from nowhere. Damian Lillard was pulling up from everywhere. Steph was pulling up. Clay was pulling up. I mean, these were good shots in any game. And a lot of the time they were pulling up from areas where they wouldn't even be defended. Nowhere near the 3-point line. So it was good to watch as a bit of an exhibition and a good break for all the teams going into the last 23, 24 games of the season.
Yeah, it's going to be a pretty hectic end of the season. There's a fair few
it is.
things going on. Yeah, I was telling you before we started recording this, like the All-Star, even before when we recorded that podcast, I was saying it's just not really my thing, the All-Star break. It's just kind of boring, It's
gimmicky. The 3-point contest was probably the best, with Joe Harris taking that one out. Yeah. And the dunk contest for me is just a bit disappointing. It's the same fucking thing over and over again.
It's pretty bad, eh?
Like, oh wow, he jumped up. Yeah, that's what happens when you're 6'10" and the rim's like at your hand.
So I was saying to you, like, I consumed like the perfect amount of All-Star in this break. I kind of watched a little bit of the celebrity game, which actually I watched it and went,
it's actually fun.
That was quite interesting. And then the Ruffles 4-point line, and people were like knocking down 4-pointers. I was like, shit, these guys are celebrities knocking down. And Ray Allen just coming out of nowhere knocking down shots. The midget was pretty funny. Someone made the comment, oh, there's a mouse in the house, back him down. And the guy nearly tripped over him. Oh, man. And then, I watched that 3-point contest, and I always watch that. That's probably the only thing really that I'm like, I want to see this, because to me, that's kind of a natural skill shootout type of thing. The I did watch the skills challenge, and that was fascinating.
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, cool. And then you kind of see Trey Young take it seriously, and the rest of them kind of just having some fun.
And still he got beaten by Jason Tatum.
Yeah, because in the last one he shot a half court just prayer, and I was like, oh, gotcha, like got him. And it was because Luka Doncic was firing up half court shots on the way down, and then obviously Jason Tatum hit that half court shot, and you're kind of like. Even that was a bit gimmicky and silly. But yeah, the 3-point shootout, that was fantastic. Man, that first round, many 25 scores. And then Steph went second last, and I think he had 28 or 29. It was just caught fire. But I love Joe Harris, man. He's having a great season for Brooklyn. And it was good to see him get the 3-point crown. And then, the dunk contest was just, wow. Even at the best of times, I'm not a big, he dunk contest.
Probably the best year I've seen is Aaron Gordon, Zach LaVine. Like, that was actually interesting. Like, these guys are actually pretty good.
Yeah, it was like, get out of the way. These guys are doing a dunk off. How cool is it? Yeah.
Whereas every other year is just like, oh, yeah, he hasn't made a dunk yet. Oh, that's failed. Oh, yeah. Dennis
Smith blew one. And then who had the suit? Like he had a flying suit or something on and a plane. And he came through and just kicked the plane over because he didn't get high enough. Like, what are you doing?
Shouldn't they practice these before they go and do those?
I can't remember. It was Collins, I think it was from
Atlanta.
Yeah. But yeah, every year it's now that you're just seeing dunks all the time. It's not that interesting.
No.
Like maybe 20 years ago, you wouldn't have seen that many dunks because there was a lot of post play, a lot of big bodies. And if you went up and dunked, you want to cop one basically.
You're going to cop an elbow.
Yeah, you want to cop something. You're not dunking on me. You're going to cop it. Now people get out, have this dunk, sir.
Have this dunk and swing round for safety.
Yeah. I'll go this way. You swing that way. So the dunk cost to me is they got to find something. I don't know what they got to find to fix that, but what are they going to do?
Not much.
I don't know. That's it. Dunk. Let's move on from the dunk contest.
Let's move it. A 4-point contest, half court contest. I don't know.
Who was that? But I don't know what they could do to fix it because dunks are just boring now.
Yeah,
to me anyway.
I think to everyone.
But yeah, like I said, I consumed just the perfect amount. It left me feeling that was good. I watched just enough to make me feel refreshed. I'm ready for this crazy sort of end of season blast. It's going to be 25 games of just madness. I think some of these teams are going to be in a real dogfight to kind of stay in contention, and then you've got some of these other teams that are just going to tank, and it's going to be absolutely awful.
Knicks.
Yeah. Anything else about the All-Star weekend? What about Anthony Davis leaving the Pelicans game early? He left the Pels game early to just go to, I'm going to All-Star, see you later, everyone. After he had a sore shoulder or something, he didn't play. He was just I'm out, I'm going to All-Star break. It's what?
Yeah, I think the league needs to do something about that because it's just this is terrible.
But then...
And then he goes on, it's I don't have a preferred destination, all 29 other teams. It was just that's clearly not the case. Clearly not the case.
I don't... I was listening to Simmons today, and they were talking about this, where player power is getting too big.
Yeah.
And it's kind of true. But at the same time, the distance between hordes and hordes of fans and the players has never been smaller. You can't say anything now.
Oh, yeah, Kyrie and Kevin talking.
Exactly.
Kyrie recruiting Kevin to the Knicks going, 2 max slots.
Yeah.
2 max slots.
And then you kind of go, was that staged? Did that really happen? Or were they just being, oh, let's do this and put it out there so it's funny? Or was it real type of thing? But these guys are so close to everyone now that they're basically massaging fans as well as, we play basketball as well. And you're you play basketball and whatever happens with the fans, you kind of should be professional enough to separate that.
Yeah.
But they want the attention and the fan love that comes with being a bit mischievous and doing crazy things. And, now Anthony Davis has got Rich Paul, the agent, and you're now that agent's in his ear. And that whole industry of, fan shit talk, I don't know, is the word. Embiid probably does it the best way, where he just trolls everyone. Fuck it. I'm just going to, like, you never
Well,
know.
he's the best center in the game. He kind of can.
Yeah, and you never know where he's going to come from, where I can see some of these players are like, am I taking this seriously?
Yeah.
Oh, and then those are the guys where you see, no, fuck off, mate. Like, you've just come out and gone, 20 franchises are open for me. And it's like you're clearly trying to use this to your own advantage.
Yeah.
And you're making it that obvious that people can see right through that. And then you think to yourself, well, that was a fucking dumb move. What'd you say that for, you idiot? When just say nothing, man. Like, don't say anything. But then you can't massage your brand if you don't do that.
Exactly. And I think with really Anthony Davis is like, I'm not getting enough sponsorship here. I need some more cash.
Well,
Which is fair enough. Like, but at the end of the season, you go, right, I'm getting traded. I don't care where I'm going. And you don't take any more calls. You go to where your destination is and you build your brand. Oh, it's like, they're like Celtics. This is where intelligent comes a lot into play as well. He's just like, oh, but the Celtics kind of good. He's like, wherever I land for a year, and it's like, so you obviously got a destination.
yeah.
I don't care where I go, but where I'm going, I know where I'm going. In the end. It's just like, you're an idiot. You're an absolute fucking dickhead that doesn't understand it. It's like, wherever I go for a year, it's like, you know where you're going. You know where you want to go. It's the Lakers. We know LeBron wants to love you.
Like, there's a blending of the two realities, though, if you know what I mean. Like, these guys want to be really candid, and I'm the guy who plays basketball, and I'm this kind of guy. But at the same time, they want to use the media to manipulate things.
Yeah.
And then,
have you seen Embiid's girlfriend?
nah,
Holy shit.
smoke show.
Smoke show.
Yeah, nice.
Like,
Nice.
yeah. Like,
Not like Bo Barnes.
Not like Bo. Here is my child.
But it's like Embiid does it so, he does it so well.
Yeah, he
where,
just trolls everyone.
Fuck it, everything's on the table, whatever. Like, and that's if you want to, you can't have a half and half of that.
Yeah.
Because people turn around and go, no, you're clearly playing us here. No, I'm not. No, I'm clearly not. I'm not. And I went there, and it's like, that was stupid. Like, that doesn't make sense. And like, you can see the quote unquote professional unprofessionalism. And that's funny too. It's like, it's really not funny. Like, there's 300 players in this league, and probably about 10 of them can get away with that.
Yeah.
And probably Anthony Davis is not someone who can get away with that. His profile isn't like that. Like, what? Just shut up, man.
Yeah,
Don't
just let
say
your
anything
basketball
else.
visit talking.
Plus, like, the other thing is, I would be embarrassed. After all of that fucking shit show happened, the Lakers shit show, I'd be just like, I'm keeping my head down, and I'm just going to, like,
play a bit of basketball.
fuck it, back to being Mr. Professional, play basketball, whatever happens, happens. No, don't talk to me, whatever happens. Like, it's like, just.
But I think
super
that's
cringy,
Rich
but-
Paul. He's not really an agent. He's just LeBron's puppet. We'll get to some under and over prediction now. Yeah.
Enough all-star, like, out of here.
Yeah, it's kind of it's the weekend that you just like to have off because fuck it, why not a break in the middle?
Well, I'm before we go on to that, like, I'm happy that the players get, like, I was more looking at it like, the players get to just go and experience just some shit, like, just have some fun and experience some stuff.
It's an entertainment gimmick that's very good.
Yeah.
It's a very good entertainment gimmick outside of the playoffs to give a team to look forward to for, a bit of rest and R&R, and some of the players to have a bit of a shit show and have fun. And the fans to see some of their players playing these fantasy teams.
Yeah.
That's all it's about. It's a fantasy land where, wow, what if you just got like the 10 best players and they played each other? Every kid thinks about that.
No player is going to risk getting injured in that.
Haven't you seen, I think it was 2012, Kobe just locked down LeBron?
Yeah, in the final
yeah.
30 seconds of a goal, a minute and a half or something of a game. Yeah.
In the All-Star game, just like, I just locked down LeBron, blocked him like 3 times, just couldn't get a shot off. And it's just like, Kobe was doing that because I think LeBron called him out and was like, I'm going to defend you. That's fun. Like, that stuff's fun.
So you know what? It'd be interesting to
Clay
see, like,
fouling Steph and one is hilarious.
Yeah.
That's fun.
That bounce pass dunk, that was pretty good. But, like, it'd be mad, like, 3-on-3 maybe, or like a 1-on-1, like, winner stays on. Like, they've got to find a way to fix the line between this is a fantasy entertainment show and having the fans accept that it's a fantasy entertainment show, because some people, like, they want it to be real. Like, to me this year, I was like, I get 5 days off from not watching basketball now.
Yeah.
And I watched that 3-point contest because it's a skills show and I like that skill. That's good. It's always fun to watch that because it's a genuine competition.
Yeah.
Like I was watching the start where the skills challenge guys came out. They're all standing on this podium. They look nervous as fuck. Like Luka Doncic is standing there like with his hand in his pocket, like fuck, like do I have to really be standing here? Like this is kind of whack. Like I don't really want to stand here. And then like I'm just thinking to myself, like they're kind of on parade.
Yeah, it is, but it's also giving back to the fans day.
That too, yeah. That's like it's such.
Oh, what if Steph and Steph and the other Curry, Seth, had a
crashed and burned the poor bastard man.
Yeah. What if they had a 3-point contest? It's all about that. What if LeBron and KD played on the same team with like Ben? Like it's just fantasy.
Yeah,
it's fantasy. You see some points. And that's about it. And you know what? It deserves enough airtime now. Let's move on.
Oh, wow.
Let's cut that off at the head.
Okay, yeah, cool.
All right, let's get to some over.
One more. How insane are the logistics? Like, obviously, we've started doing this podcast, and I sort of think now about logistics of things. Like, how insane is the logistics of all of that setup? Like, the crazy floor set thing that they had where they're all standing on that weird hex podium, like all the screens and all this crazy shit going on. Like,
it's just...
I was like, fuck, man, imagine how much money they'd plow into all of that production.
Yes.
Like crazy stuff, man.
I wonder if the players got paid. Like, they get paid extra.
I think they get a little bit of money from memory.
Yeah.
Anyway, okay, now for the fourth time, let's move on. Over under. We haven't looked at this for a while. I think we had a little bit of a chat at the quarter of the season. Can we overreact? There was a few nervous, few nervous laughs at Houston. I think it was a struggle at the start.
We've still got a few in play, although some will be very out of play shortly.
Yes.
We haven't busted a whole lot. I believe our biggest ones that if Brooklyn do not win another game. I've got that one right. Is that right?
Lock that in.
Yeah, we've locked that in. And if Orlando don't win another game, Ben's got that right.
Yeah, lock that in. Lock that in. Come on, Orlando. Lose 24 from 24. Come on.
Lose all those games. So,
but yes, we should start off with the biggest one, which was our hugely overambitious, overzealous Utah picks. So we both blown out on those. I had 62 wins. That was crazy
I had
stuff.
58.
I don't know where I was.
Where are you going with
what
that?
I was smoking. I'd had
smoking some Utah,
smoking some of that Cleveland lineup.
The bog water. Dregs.
So they really struggled at the start. I didn't take into account their crazy lineup, the crazy schedule that they had at the start. They obviously have gone on a bit of a run. They've had some games. I think they're about 13-4 at the moment in the last 20 odd. They've played really well and they've come back, but obviously, that's a bust. They can't win enough games to get to 62 wins.
No.
With 25 to go in this season. Some of the lower ones, obviously, I've won that over under for Sacramento going over. They are at 30 wins. What about they're so fast, that team, man.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Every time I see them, I'm just like, how fast is this team? It's crazy.
Yeah.
Buddy Hield and De'Aaron Fox. Jaren Jackson Jr.
Yeah. Just crazy. Even Willie Cauley-Stein's quick. Jesus.
He looks like a really budget knockoff of JaVale McGee.
Like, he does.
A guy where you could put some money down and go, we're gonna invest in this guy, but it could just let you down horribly.
But it hasn't so far.
No, he's done pretty well.
Chicago is going to be terrible.
Cleveland.
We said 34 wins.
I still kind of remember saying, man, in the back of my head that this whole thing could just fall apart.
Oh, yeah, we did.
And it did badly. They started like terribly, and then they just fired Ty Lue. Kevin Love got injured. And they were basically for the first half of the season, like, should we tank? Scratch.
Well, they were like full tank mode.
Yes, tank, please.
So, Ben's got one up on me there. That's the only one that's really been decided yet.
Some close ones, the Clippers are coming up pretty soon. They've got 6 wins until I'm a bust on that. And then that way you would win. And then Charlotte, too, is coming up. And Portland, where I went crazy low and under. So you probably should win those 3 if... Yeah, so this is going to be interesting. So out of this whole thing, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 separators. Well, I put an S there. Like this is great. This is a great podcast. Remember that one where the guy just read out a bunch of things?
read out a bunch of shit.
So yeah.
Well, to recap, I mean, you can always go back to the podcast, but I'll run through it really quickly. Except my computer's frozen.
Yeah, what's happened there? What are you running through?
The overs and unders. What we had kind of in terms of win predictions. So we both had Golden State at around 57 and 60. Boston 60 wins, Houston 53 and 52, Philly 56, 55.
Well, Boston's going to struggle to get to that 60
Boston,
point as well.
That's going to be a bust.
We scratch that one.
Toronto 52, 55.
They've really overachieved. Probably should talk about Kawhi has been fantastic for them.
Yes, he's been really the defining factor. Although Serge Ibaka and Pascal Siakam has been
and Kyle Lowry's, he's been
a backbone, or if you're not at running the point,
backbone.
Count it.
Get it? Because he's had back injuries all season?
Yes.
Mr. Spine over here. They also, with that trade, the Marcus Gasol trade, kind of put some more cards on the table and went, hey, we're really here. Like, that's a pretty good trade.
We got a center that can spread the floor and shoot. They're really going for this year.
Yeah, and it could, look, they could make it out of the East. I think they're Toronto, the Bucks, and Philly and the Celtics are the shoo-ins.
I think that Oladipo's injury at
although they've been carving it up still.
Yeah, they have, but they haven't really been playing talented teams. It'd be interesting to see when they come up against a Bucks or a Boston to see what happens. Although Boston seems to lose stupid games, just beat Philly randomly.
And then the Bucks, obviously, their magical start, like in their magical season in general. And
we
didn't absolute arrow through the heart having Thon Maker traded to Detroit.
Yeah.
Just being like, no.
Blake Griffin's ass for the next 24 games.
Who obviously you're about to bust on the Bucks because you went for 44.
Yes, I'm definitely going to bust badly on that one.
But I could see that. It's kind of like the Cleveland one where you're just like, whoa, this could go one of two ways. Coach Bud could be fantastic and this is a 60-win team and how brilliant is this? Or Coach Bud could be terrible, Giannis could struggle and then he wants out and the whole thing could fall over, really.
Yeah.
So that's understandable.
It is understandable. Charlotte I had over, which is good.
Yeah.
I think that might be over the
38 wins. What are they at the moment? 27 and 30. Yeah, I think you might win that one.
Yeah, 50% from here on in. I don't think we're all going to get... Are we going to have any correct predictions in this, do you think?
Should we take a bet now?
We shall. No.
No. Okay, we can't bet on that because we both think neither of us are going to get any predictions right. Maybe some of the OKC or the Denver. Nah, Denver's going to kill it, actually. We're both about to be overtaken on Denver.
Yeah, so we've really got around 16 wins away from Golden State, which we probably will get there.
Yeah, that's because we kind of went a bit conservative on Golden State, like thinking they're not going to win 70 games. And Boogie looks like he's going to, really, really be of help to them this season.
Yeah, so we're going to dive terribly on that one. Boston, we were a bit overzealous. Houston
I think everyone was on Boston though, man.
Yeah, we were told it was going to be a dynasty, and then it's just turned out to be a dinosaur.
Nice.
Houston, who have just James Harden.
A Diamante.
Yeah, James Harden playing solo ball.
Yeah, the Houston, I could kind of see, what did I have the Houston at? 53.
53.
I think that's looking pretty good.
I had them at 52. I don't think they'll get there. I think they'll be 47.
You can kind of see them just, 20 of 20 in the next 20.
Nah.
They're
going to play Philly in there.
Yeah, you can kind of see them. They're going to get, I think they play Golden State first game out of the All-Star break. But I look at Harden and I'm just thinking, man, you're going to be so tired at the end of the season.
They've got 25 games left to win.
19.
No,
hang on. Yeah. I can't. I've got it really small on this monitor. 25. So they've got to go 20 of 25 to get close.
Don't see that happening.
What about Philly? 19 of 24. I could see them doing that.
I could see them doing that, but I don't think they'll do that. I think they'll get closer to 50 wins.
those transformational trades.
It'll take them a little while to work out that. I think it's going to take them a few games. And they've got a very hard run home. They play the Bucks twice, Warriors. They got a difficult run home.
If they play the Warriors, I think they already played them, didn't they?
They play them again.
Yeah.
So they play the Bucks twice. Yes, we shall. They've got a difficult run home. It's not easy. And so it might be a little bit down. But again, they've got to get there in the end. Toronto have only got to win another 12 games for my mind to get there.
Yeah, I think they're going to win. I think they're going to be in the 60s.
Yeah, definitely. OKC.
Which would be great for you because they win that one.
Win that one. OKC, another round. We had pretty much neck and neck, both set under, but 13 games to get there out of 25. So I think they can do that.
Yeah. Do you think they're overachieving a little bit?
No, Paul George is going off.
But Russell Westbrook is terrible. He's been terrible. Awful.
He's absolutely disgusting.
But
I can't score, but I can do other things good too.
Yeah, but
when you take 30 shots.
If he wasn't such a bell end, people would go top bloke. See what he's doing for this team. But he's been just a ball dominant. I'm doing everything like a whirling dervish that everyone's just like, haha, he's been shit.
Yeah.
Like, sometimes it's like basketball karma where if you spend your entire career trying to be Mr. Everything, suddenly you're not Mr. Everything, and then that everything's like your whole game's fallen apart.
Yeah.
Your whole value is fallen apart. But at the same time, like he kind of is fitting this team. Like his hustle works on this team. Jeremy Grant's playing really well. Steven Adams is having a great season.
Schroeder's having a good year.
Schroeder off the bench has been fantastic. Like knocking down threes where you just
Terrence Ferguson.
Schroeder shoots threes and Ferguson and like trash in the NBL and then just killing it for the NBA. Gives me hope for Brian Bowen. Not that he's been trash, but
no. But it seems like they pretty crap here and then go over to do something. Like Doncic said, it's harder to score in the EuroLeague than it is in the NBA. And he's probably right in that respect. Lakers, they're not going to get to 46 wins.
You don't think so?
No.
They got to win 19 out of the next 25.
They're not going to do that.
You don't see them going on a big run after
no, they've got to play Philly.
Break. They've got a bit of turmoil and shit. Yeah, that whole Anthony Davis thing. Man, if that hadn't happened, their season looks like there's a job on here. Let's have a crack, boys. But now it's like
just like ugh. If we don't make the finals, you're all gone next year anyway. So who cares?
Yeah, it's weird. Like you were all on the chopping block, and you could all just been traded.
Yeah,
like it's weird, man. It's like someone tipped over a Portaloo and it just splashed everywhere, and you're like, Christ, man! I'm like, what the hell?
There's shit everywhere.
Yeah, like
these fucking people.
It's the fine line between the whole pantomime of making trades and wheeling and dealing and making the franchise great to now we just look like fucking idiots.
Yeah.
Whoops. Sorry about that. It's kind of an extension of the Philly Fultz thing.
Yeah.
Now look, no one's talking about that.
No, because
Philly have quietly just gone, yeah, okay, yeah, we fucked that one up, sorry. But yeah, have fun, Markel, take it easy. Yeah, right, yeah. There's a brick wall over there. Go and laugh at that. Like, have fun. We're over here trying to win games. Thanks.
Yeah.
Like, the fine lines between, like, just something blowing up and totally derailing a franchise. And at the end, like, I think they've played that perfectly.
They did.
No one's talking about that at all.
Because he is going to just, die.
Well, they've got Harris, Butler,
the trades that they made. Jonathan Simmons just like, yeah, he's a shit player, but hey, we got at least 2 picks out of Markel Fultz. Well done, Elton Brand. Well done. Good first round pick. You could have picked up a Shamet even at 26. Look, they picked up Shamet. And they traded him. They got these 2 guys. Maybe we can do that again.
Yeah.
Maybe our scouting reports are right. We can do that again. Obviously, we should move on to Utah and then move straight past Utah because we're both retarded. Denver. We didn't see Denver happening.
Nah, I had it in the back of my mind, but I didn't see this happening for Denver. I could see the 46, maybe 50 wins, but I couldn't see beyond that, man. Like, they're on track for what are they sitting at? 38, second in the West, 38.
So 66% win, 66.
What are we looking at? 58 wins.
15 games, yeah.
High 50s or mid to high 50s. Yeah, we're a bit out of the ballpark on that one. But it sucks that we're both under and over. It sucks that Vegas was so high. Like, if Vegas maybe was around 40, 44, 45, then we might have like had a bit of a split on that. But Vegas was at 47. 47. You couldn't see at the start of the season them winning 47 games.
No, it is not done.
Next, Indiana and the Bucks. Indiana have got to win how many games? 11 more games.
7 for me. 11 for you. And the Bucks, I'm dead. You are probably dead too. And
but I got the over.
You've got the overs on both.
Yeah, so I could snake those.
You're definitely going to snake those.
And then
the Pelicans.
I'm taking this one right now. The Anthony Davis, I'm out season. I called that from a mile away. That just looked like it was brewing. That franchise struggled at the start. He was putting up like 29 and 10 at the start of the season, and then he got injured a little bit, and it was like...
Then we're just like, everyone's for sale. I'm
on a shit franchise. It's like, yeah, but dude, like what? You can't just turn around now and be like, we're shit, I'm leaving. Like,
well, you can if you've got a brow.
Man.
If you have the unibrow.
That whole thing has just kind of left a weird taste in my mouth of just like, why did you do this? And so publicly too. Like, what a mess.
Oh, God, I'm having a terrible one because we move on to the Pelicans. You're 14. We had underdose, so that will be Minnesota. I'm 11. You're 12. They could win half of their games from here on in. No.
Oh, maybe.
Maybe. Not really. Washington.
Perfect.
Spurs. You had 43. I had 35.
I can't believe the over-under was 43.5 wins, man.
10 wins to go.
I can't believe it went under. That was so stupid.
Yeah.
Nah, but at the start of the season, you could not see them winning 43 games.
No.
And I think there was a patch in there where I was like, oh, fuck, Andy nailed it. 35 wins. They're really on track for a fucking 500 season. Shit. But, you know, the Spurs always Spurs, man. Fuck.
You can never write off Pop. Miami. I had over. You had under. You might pip this, I think.
Yeah, 26 and 30. Ooh.
26 and 30. What have they got? 26 games left. They've got to get 16. That's not a horrible ratio. Yeah. 12 for you is more likely. That's half.
I think for how they've performed this season, they don't look like they're going to go on a run or get a roll on. They're kind of struggling a little bit.
Yeah, they're very hot and cold. It's just like, is D-Wade having a good night? Not really.
Whiteside, and we're all up on Whiteside's junk. And
Portland, I think I've got over you. 11 games for me.
That.
You've only got 7 left, so I've got that over Zoda. Detroit, 36 wins I had them at. You had them at 40, and I had them at under.
I had the over.
It's just Blake Griffin's ass.
Well, who knows what they're going to do for the rest of this season? Are they going to try and tank a little bit?
No, I don't think they'll tank. I think they'll make the playoff run. There's no reason why they can't. They're going to fit into that 8th spot. They've beat a couple of the top teams in the East, just randomly. They might have a bit of belief in them. Thon Maker signing might, spur things on. Charlotte.
It's the outliers really in that East have been Brooklyn and Charlotte.
Yeah. I thought Charlotte, I had them as over in 38 wins, which is not going to be far off. 11 out of their next 25 games, which is what they're on track for now. So that's pretty...
And then you got like the suck zone of, Nets, Hornets, Pistons, Heat, Magic, Wizards. Like that vortex of...
they're all fighting for that 7th and 8th spots.
Just kind of roll the dice, and any one of those teams could finish anywhere, really, by the end of the season.
Yeah. Dallas Clippers... 35 wins, 30. Yeah,
the Clippers have been killing it, man. The Clippers have had a much better season than I thought they'd have.
Although they are starting to taper off a little bit now.
Yeah, but 5-5 in the last 10.
Yeah, so that's been interesting. Dallas.
And they made some trades. And who did they beat? They beat Boston, came back.
Yeah, 28-point deficit with no Tobias Harris and Boba.
They're still a team that is in between. They feel like the Dallas of like the start of this year, where they're in between. They might need like 3 or 4 picks, and then maybe
I think
because
they think they're getting Kawhi. They don't need to play down because they don't need to tank because they're getting Kawhi.
They might get Durant as well.
Well, they might. They think that they can pull stars without having to tank. But anyway, Charlotte, I had 38.
Anyway,
you had 27, so I think I've got that one pretty sealed. Dallas. We're both...
For Charlotte,
Yeah,
Yeah,
Charlotte.
yeah. I think you might
Yeah.
you might have that. Yeah, sorry. Yeah.
Dallas, you had them at 42. I had them at 38. May not make
Man,
either.
we were real high on those.
Yeah. Jeez. Okay.
I think there was a thing I was going, like, if you look at the table that I had of like where I wanted my table to fit, I had to get Dallas to squeeze into the playoffs because I really wanted them to squeeze off into the playoff picture. And that's where I think that one came a little bit unstuck. Brokoff's been a little bit hot and cold. They made some big trades. They've basically done what we said they should have, like,
done. It's just like blow up the team. Yeah, it's Doncic. Oh, we got Porzingis. Oh, it's Doncic and Porzingis.
yeah, well,
It's the Euro show.
we need to make a decision on Harrison Barnes and DeAndre Jordan. Do we really need those guys with Luka Doncic? Like, Dennis Smith Jr., they were all in on kind of last year. And then this year, it's kind of like you can't go from we're all in on Dennis Smith to actually we're all in on Luka now. Like, you can't, like, there's too many things floating around in that roster. Where, but what about Barnes? But what about DeAndre Jordan? Like, there's too many things here. But basically what they've done is they've got rid of Dennis Smith, got rid of Harrison Barnes, got rid of DeAndre Jordan, and it's like, it's Luka time. Like, we're all in on Luka. And I think Luka's still maybe a 2 or 3 year window of before they get enough pieces to really get some traction with that.
Well,
you never know how Porzingis is going to come back as well.
You just don't know what he's going to be like. I think for us, well, for you, Dallas was the great white hope that never eventuated.
Yeah, and Utah. Fuck.
And Utah.
Two of them.
Memphis, we're pretty. That'll be a race to see who actually gets equal. Well, actually, no, you're probably closer than I am. I don't see them getting another 12 wins though.
I don't know if they're going to tank now, man.
They have to. They have to get rid of Conley and Tank. That's it. That's the only way to rebuild. Brooklyn.
So that looks bad. Yeah, Brooklyn
bust,
overachieved.
Way over already. I've got I had them at 30 wins.
They've been great to watch too, eh?
Yeah, they've been interesting.
D'Angelo Russell, Joe Harris obviously won the 3-point contest. Jared Allen's been playing really well.
Yeah,
Dinwiddie's been out and Levert's been out. And then Mish Creek getting a little bit of a start. That's been good.
Indeed.
Off the bench anyway, some minutes.
Orlando, better than expected.
Yeah.
Vooch having a good season. Gordon having a good season. No depth.
The big man tri-chub and then no depth.
The tri-chub. So they win some games, lose some. Cleveland, well, turd. The interesting one was Phoenix. We had Phoenix at 28 wins.
Oh, well, yeah, but they had Ariza and Tyson Chandler. We were like, yeah, Devin Booker and Ariza, how good's this going to be? And then Ariza was like, well, I'm out. So we got these stars for like 3 weeks and you get everything you need. Well, they're out of here. See you later. And then Devin Booker's kind of been injured as well. And they made some weird trades like Kelly Oubre, and it's kind of like...
Who knows what's going on there?
The general, like, I will make a point that, like, the general... The new style of rebuild now is basically chop your roster and then just get some picks and really grow it organically through the one side. It's Golden State's side where they draft, and they drafted 4 good guys and they grew together. And at the same time, the Philly side where just tank the shit out of it and get as many picks as you can, just garner up all this shit and then wheel and deal and build something out of it. Like, it feels like teams are getting better at knowing that they've just got to like clear the decks, get rid of all this guy. This guy we're rebuilding around, we'll rebuild around him. Yeah. Except teams like the Knicks,
which have done this multiple times and never seem to get it right. Oh yeah, he's crap. Tim Hardaway Jr. Yeah, man. Yep.
Max.
Yep. All right. Yep.
Max deal with a trade kicker, $70 million deal or something with a trade kicker. Trade.
Yeah, Chicago.
But yeah, they're up next. So we both had the under. I think we're going to win that in Philly. Phoenix and Chicago. Fuck, you went high on Chicago.
I thought Laurie Markin and Zach LaVine, and they were shit.
No defense.
Hey guys, it's an all-star game every week.
Yeah, for sure, man. Just the dunk contest for LaVine every week. But Markkanen was injured. They had some crazy injuries at the start of the season.
They did. And it's just been bad ever since. They've won a couple of games lately. This is why it's got them to 14. Sacramento, you've already won that one.
Yeah, it was good.
And Atlanta to finish off. They have to lose every game pretty much from here on out for me to be there. But I had them at under. You had them at over. And I think
I might sneak that one.
You might sneak that one. They've got to win 5 more games for you to get there. So
that's a lot of games, man.
That is a lot of games.
But they look all right.
Vince Carter doing it at 42.
Yeah, man. And Kevin Huerter's been playing well. Collins has been playing well. They just don't have any like men.
No, it's just Trey Young amongst
the
babies.
same thing where you prune the entire tree back and you just like got really young stuff there. And
Diet Steph Curry.
Diet, yeah, they're like Diet Golden State because they've got Travis Schlenk, the assistant GM, and he was like, "This is how you do it, man. You draft all of these guys in a row, and then you trade one of the best fucking Euro players in the last fucking 10 years." They're going to take a lot of shit, but there's a lot of people coming around. Like I said to you, I understand what they're doing, and they're going to cop a lot of shit for it, and people are starting to come around and say, "Hey, what they're building here is actually not bad.
It's not bad. It's got a couple of years."
But from every direction, you're going to take shit.
But it's funny. It's just like Philly was like, "Oh yeah, we know what they're doing. They draft Embiid. They win like 22 games, and then Embiid and Simmons come in full year and they win 50." It's just like, that's what you need to do.
Yeah,
that's what you need. Do your scouting. Make sure you get it right. Even Dallas couldn't do that. Just shows you what Simmons brings to the table with the pieces they had around him and signing an amazing vet like JJ Redick. Anyway.
That was crazy. I was just thinking about the one time where, a visual stream of what we're doing is probably helpful and we don't live stream it. That's all right.
Shit on a podcast.
I'm like, this All-Star break is vacation mode for me. Cool. I don't have to just watch games and analyze and look at things and look at different things and read about what's happening. It's been good to just take a look at the league and talk shit, which we don't do enough of. Like, we're pretty intense into the
Aussie
stats and the Aussie stuff and
the teams,
making sure to promote what we think about these Aussie players. That's probably the most important part, is making sure these guys get some sort of platform for people to know how good they are, because we're doing phenomenal things in basketball.
Yeah, we are, and it's only going
to get better.
It's only going to get better. I mean, I don't know if anyone's seen Josh Green.
Nah, just that behind the back dime. Yeah, crazy. And
dude can shoot. 6'6" shooting guard.
I think he's only 16 or 17.
No, he's 19.
19, sorry.
He's 18.
No, fuck that one up.
2020 draft. He's at where's he at next year?
He's 18.
He's 18.
Turning 19 this year. So yeah.
2020 draft. Arizona State, I think, this year.
Yeah.
Next year. Anyway, that dude, Aussie, insane. Check him out. He is. I think he dropped 40 in the last game. Shoots like out as well. He's a big dude, 6'5", 6'6", I think, for an 18-year-old shooting guard.
That's going to be interesting. Shooting guard will be good, man, in the next 3 or 4 years with Simmons and Exum, and then, who else? Creeks probably will be approaching 30 in a few years.
Jock Landau being the center.
Landau, they just won the Euro Cup, the Serbian Cup too. He's been playing really well. He looks like a great dunker spot, big man. He can shoot a 3-ball as well. I can see him coming to the NBA in the next couple of years.
Yeah, definitely. Atlanta should have held on to him.
He said he wanted to leave. We read that article and both went, "What?"
He's obviously made the right decision.
Yeah, it's been good for his experience too. All right, and he's in the Boomer squad too. Are we going to do any Boomer squad in the off season?
We'll do the World Cup.
Yeah,
we'll do the World Cup.
Right.
Aussie's taking over the World Cup.
Yeah, nice.
Cool.
I'm in.
All right.
Yeah, we'll wrap that. So yeah, remember to like, share, and subscribe. Aussie's taking over the NBA on iTunes, on SoundCloud, on anywhere you want to find. Rate and review. Anyone who's out there, 5-star rating and review. It helps us.
Uber
gets us out there, and we will see you guys on the next show, probably early next week when there's a few more games we can bring to you.
Indeed.
All right, take it easy.
Peace out.